What's going on, y'all? Terrence, a therapist, licensed clinical social worker in the state of California, and I am excited to say that I am also a licensed clinical social worker in the state of Texas as well too. So I appreciate y'all tapping in. That was a little long journey, but we here now. You know what I mean? I currently reside in Houston, Texas, and I honestly, I can't lie. I've been loving Texas, specifically Houston, since I've been out here. So there's been no complaints, and I'm loving it out here for sure. So this question is actually a request from my TikTok live. My boy, the Scholar Mogul, I'll put his information right here. He actually posed a really, really good question. And we were talking about procrastination and perfectionism and things of that nature. He requested that I speak about it a little bit more. And I was like, yeah, for sure, I got you, bro. So let's speak about this. If I would have known this earlier, I feel like I would have eliminated so much stress out of my life, if I would have known this simple thing. One way you can manage stress is by not procrastinating. By not procrastinating, you can manage your stress. And me personally, I feel like we do pride ourselves in procrastinating, and we have this thing where it's like kind of cool to procrastinate. I know me being a college student and even in grad school, like we used to brag about procrastinating. We're like, man, I'm just such a huge procrastinator. Like I don't do the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. And the thing got me thinking, I'm like, why do we pride ourselves so much in procrastinating when procrastination is the thing that is keeping us stressed out? It makes no sense, right? It's like, okay, it's like if you're an alcoholic and you're bragging about drinking, if you use substances and you're bragging about using meth and fentanyl and stuff like that, and it's like you're bragging and glorifying the thing that is actually hindering you and keep you from having the full potential that you want. You know what I mean? So that's the crazy thing, is like we really pride ourselves in this society about procrastinating. But the thing with procrastination is that if you don't do that thing, your situation's just gonna get worse. It's not gonna get any better. It's not gonna get any better by you procrastinating. Now, as I'm saying, the best thing to do is not procrastinate to manage your stress. It's like, well, how do I manage my stress if I'm not procrastinating, right? So you have to put yourself in a position for preparation instead of procrastination. You have to put yourself in preparation instead of procrastination, because preparation is what's going to help you relieve that stress. You feel me? I've worked with clients and I talk to people, and I ask them one simple thing. I ask them is, what is your daily schedule look like? Like, what does it look like from the day you wake up from the time you go to bed? And surprisingly, a lot of people can't answer that. Mainly they'll say like, hey, I got to go to work, I eat lunch, breakfast, go to the gym. But it's like, what are you doing like in between those times? Like what's actually happened? Like, what are you doing to prepare for that thing that you're waiting for? Like, what are you actually doing to prepare yourself, to help manage your stress? A lot of people may say like, hey, I don't have time to prepare. I don't have the bandwidth to really prepare for things. Like, okay, well, that's where you have to really break down what your priorities are. You know what I mean? What are your priorities? Yeah, if your priorities are messed up, it's going to be really hard for you to focus in on preparation, right? Because you're not going to feel as if you have enough time to prepare. And the thing is, preparation is key to eliminating procrastination, right? So once you're able to put yourself in a position of preparation, you can now eliminate the thought and the action of procrastination. You know what I mean? So you have to put yourself in preparation. I have a video right here that I did, my last video. If you guys want to check it out, it's called Doing the Hard Thing First. So when we talk about preparation, we talk about being your best self, and we talk about procrastination. Sometimes it does come with doing the hard thing first. Sometimes it comes with doing that hard thing, or that one thing that you feel like you shouldn't be doing in order to prepare yourself, right? Why do we procrastinate? Why do we procrastinate? The reason why we procrastinate is because we don't want to do that hard thing. We'd rather do the easy thing, right? Somebody told me a long time ago, and it really resonated with me, when they said, hey, when you are trying to get into a goal, or you're trying to accomplish something, or you're trying to put yourself in a better position, the best thing you can do is do that hard thing first. You know what I mean? Preparation isn't perfectionism. You know what I mean? preparation isn't perfectionism. So when we try to avoid to do the hard thing, sometimes we want to get that hard thing right and we want to get it done correctly and right away. You know what I mean? We want to act as if like we have it all together, when in actuality we have to look at that thing more so as preparation, right? So perfectionism comes when you're trying to do something, you feel like it needs to be done right and 100% of the time, like 10 out of 10 all the time. But that's not how life works. Like life really works out of preparation. Like you have to prepare, right? So you won't even know what the real test is until you actually try it. You know what I mean? So like avoiding it and procrastinating, that's very like avoidant behavior. Like avoidance doesn't really get anything accomplished. You know what I mean? Having avoidant behavior and not really addressing the real issue is the actual issue. You know what I mean? Like you now compounded interest on an issue. You know what I mean? You compounded interest on something that you feel like avoiding it would have made it better, right? But what happens when you avoid things, right? Like what happens when you procrastinate, right? You think about it, you know, you take a lot of precious energy, right? You overwhelm yourself with that. You know what I mean? So when we talk about preparation and stress management and procrastination, we have to again understand that procrastinating is not going to help your stress. Procrastinating is actually going to increase your stress levels. Procrastinating is actually going to put you in a position where you're like, hey, actually this is a lot worse than it was before. One thing that I noticed just in my personal journey is that when it comes to procrastination, the crazy thing is it takes me longer to think about it than to do the actual thing I'm trying to avoid. You know what I mean? It takes me longer thinking about it than to actually do it, right? I'll use this for an example, right? So I'm starting my practice business and, you know, I'm trying to get things together. One thing that was crazy that that took me a long time to do that I actually just didn't do was like trying to come up with a name and a logo. You know what I mean? Trying to come up with a name and a logo for my business. And I think I was kind of getting tied up in like the perfectionism and like trying to get the name right and this, that, and the third. But I literally sat down for like, you know, I've been thinking about this for like, been thinking about this for months now, like months, like literally like months. And it literally only took me about 1 hour out of my day just to focus in, look at things, trying to figure out what I really want and go from there. You know what I mean? So all those months I spent thinking about it, like having that intrusive thought, like, man, I need to get this done. I need to get this done. I need to get this done. When I could have just actually just did the thing, right? And I know you guys can relate to that because I know I'm not the only one that does that. You feel me? So when we do talk about procrastination and we do talk about trying to be our better selves and trying to be in a better position, we have to think about procrastination actually being a stress factor instead of helping us out, right? So us thinking that we're going to push things back, like it's going to make it better, but it makes the situation worse. You know what I mean? It creates more anxiety, it creates more stress, it creates more chaos, and creates more intrusive thought. But now you really don't have the mental capacity to actually, you know, do the things that you're supposed to be doing in the first place. You feel me? So I wanted to share that with you guys. I know, you know, I'm going on my walk right now. You know, I'm on this road right now trying to lose 100 pounds by my next birthday. So, you know, trying to do, trying to do the hard thing, plus try to get this content in with you guys. I hope this resonated with you guys. Make sure you guys tap in. Also, again, this is a request video. So if you guys aren't following me, TikTok lives, you know, I'm on there as well too. If you guys have any questions or any content you guys want me to do for you guys, most definitely let me know. Shoot me a DM or leave a comment below. I'm most definitely open to talking about certain things, especially when it comes to mental health. And I feel like this was something that we have to talk about because, again, procrastination isn't the solution to managing your stress. Procrastination is not the solution to managing your stress. Doing the thing that you're procrastinating from is actually what's going to help you manage your stress. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all take care. Terrence the therapist. Peace.